Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, this key.
It's done.
Okay. I could have just come in this way. Welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, we found Maerweld, and turned out he had several personalities going through him, but they were less personalities and more memories and of his past lives. And that kind of bit him right in the ass as he had to, you know, try to contend with all of them. And not all of them were very good. Anyways, we got a ton of, no, I say a ton of, but a few level ups to go through. Shouldn't be too hard. I have a general idea of what I want to do with each of the characters at this point. We're going to give Talos a little bit of athletics and save his next 2 points. Let's see. This would extend the range of my Zealous Aura. Zealous Charge. Oh, right. This one gives more movement speed. Lay on hands does sound tempting, but the thing is with lay on hands is that we have plenty of methods to restore endurance. Let's see. Mark an enemy as the focus of the Paladin's righteous fury, granting accuracy and damage bonuses until the target against the target until combat comes to an end or goes down. You know, this isn't that bad of an idea. Yet. Ignore existing hostile encounters. Yeah, sworn enemy. Level 5 is feeling good. Alright. Yeah, what to do with you? I guess. Actually, let's put you having a little bit more athletics and then a little bit more into survival. This will give you bonuses against creature type. So distinct. Let's see. Plus per encounter, plus 20 accuracy for 15 seconds. Oh. Lowers your own accuracy to increase deflection of those around you. That's pretty cool. Or into the fray. Lunges through the battle, pulling an enemy into immediate melee range, causing pierce damage, leaving them dazed. You know, I quite like the idea of into the fray. And then for you, Mercer, I mean Eloth. Let's increase your lore. Yeah, let's just increase your lore. Oh boy, you finally get 3rd level spells. Noxious Blast. I'd kind of would like a spell for him that covers a radius, but in a radius that isn't like directly from him. Expose vulnerabilities. Foe AoE. Minus 5 damage reduction, 10 deflection, 10 concentration for about 30 seconds. Not terrible. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good. Let's see. Noleta's bounding missiles. So they bounce and do damage to other targets within range. Also visage, which sickens someone for 3 rounds. And terrifies them as well. Draining touch sounds good. Delay of motion. Less attack speed, less movement speed. I thought that there was going to be more What's what I'm looking for? Oh wait, what's this? Creates a ball of energy in the caster's hand that can be thrown at an enemy, causing burn, freeze, corrode, or shock damage to anyone caught in the area of effect. Blights are continuously replenished until the spell ends. I'll give that one a shot. I kind of want to go with exposed vulnerabilities as well. Yeah. It seems that this is the level of
You cannot wait that older set? I don't want to discuss it.
Yeah? Yeah, buddy? I'm gonna try to go up to and talk to the statue about what happened to Maerweld first. Because while I don't think the statue is gonna be particularly happy with what happened, I'm pretty
right. No sense listening to that old bampot. Damned Virago, not now!
You alright there, Aloth? Seem to be in contention with yourself. Contention? Contestation? Arguing with yourself is the point I'm trying to get across. Hello, statue. Oh, I bear bad news.
I felt Maerweld's passing. You slew him.
He gave me no choice.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Maerweld's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Your stronghold is now available. You can manage your stronghold at any time through the castle icon. I got property. Always wanted my own keep, even if it is a little cursed. Feel that same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. Then it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad, that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barracan collapsed decades ago, and Maerweld never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it, for what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. What does being the master of Caer Nua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent of which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we can have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct first, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repair the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. Yeah? Yeah? Other things? Yeah? What do you mean by risks? Maerweld's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors had not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless paths oft speak of a master below. Every effort to settle here has failed from the time of our Adrian colonists onward. Beasts rise from the endless paths until a new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below this master does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caer Nua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths. That, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go if you will go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Adrian. What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Caer Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glenfathans that this site was cursed. There is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithin named Caer Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwithin relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers to their death, I fear. Who is this master below? I cannot say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the endless paths, the Ingwithin tyrant Caer Nua. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen while below the hands of the great statue Caer Nua constructed. Perhaps it is the statue of Caer Nua himself. Am I not the master of Caer Nua? Of course you are. The keep would have no other. But the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. How do I repair the barbican? Maerweld set aside materials for the barbican, and they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make certain further repairs to the keep, you'll need coin for supplies and labor. Time to find this queen in the city of Defiance. You must know, this queen you're looking for, Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mequins of Adir have been reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wodica. Yep. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I've never been able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Maerweld kept a ledger as it happens. I have taken the liberty of updating it. You can take a look if you wish. No, right now. I kind of want to poke further down below. Caer Nua will remain yours. It could be great again if you wish it. Should we rebuild, you'll swiftly find that people will be drawn to your service. I, of course, am your faithful servant, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not return here to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me. But if you but reach out. Hey, now they leveled up. Alright. Improve your mechanics. Get your survival up one more, just so as you can get a little bit of bonus movement. Now we can take the crippling strike. Deep wounds, which cause 3.2 raw damage per 3 seconds for 12 seconds. Riposte. Ooh. Inflicting melee attacks that target deflection and miss or graze have a chance of allowing an instant full attack riposte. That's pretty bitchin'. Finishing blow. Looks to finish off the injured opponent with a precise deadly strike that increases in damage the less endurance the target has. A passive that provides the 10% of hits converting to crits. I kind of like the idea of the riposte. Yeah, I like the idea of the riposte. And then our new friend, Kana the Chanter. You got a lot of lore. You know what, though, let's just a little bit of an increase to your survival, please. Oh. New chance. Lo that their endless host, the Harbinger's Doom. A frightened aura. Interesting. 12 stood against the power of the saint. A friendly aura that does 25 damage or 25 defense against frightened, minus 10%, minus 10 seconds frightened duration, defense against terrified attacks, and terrified duration decreases too. Rime and Frost follow the footfalls of Koth. Allies leave hazardous trails of frost wherever they move, hobbling and causing freeze damage. Neat. Handled Ila knocked her arrows with speed. Ooh, faster reload speed and range attack speed. This would be good for Hana and for Aloth, because they're in the back. And then the fox from the farmer did run and leap. Uses accuracy of disengagement attacks for enemies in the area of effect. Minus 10 accuracy against disengaging enemies. For the foe. What are some of these level 1 ones? Dull the edge, blunt the point. Reduces piercing and slashing damage of enemies in the area of effect. Pretty good. Thick grew their tongues, stumbling over words. Sounds like me. Reduces concentration of enemies in the area of effect. I think I'd prefer... Yeah, let's give you... Lo, their endless host, the Harbinger's Doom. And might as well give him a talking to.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Maerweld would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Cain the Younger read her father's will.
Well, I did come to Direwood looking for a new home. There, see? The ship floats yet. This might be good news in the end. Whatever else happens, you've an entire castle to explore. And answers yet to come in Defiance Bay. If Maerweld spoke true.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
Indeedy. Drop a quick save there, because I want to return to those endless paths. I mean, I know that I've got, you know, repairs to do and all that fun shit, but there's bound to be answers down here. Answers that need answering. Wait. Answers that need questioning? Answers that need discovering. Yes, that's the one. I haven't even fully discovered the entirety of this level here. Also, if their bones still slept under this hill, none can say. Summon skeletons? Oh, okay, I get it now. So we can edit the chance based on what it is that we get. So right now we have the sight of their comrades, their hearts grew bold, which gives bonuses to fortitude and will when that starts, and then Blessed was Wingrid, quickest of his tribe, which increases our movement rate and reflex of all allies. Drains a portion of endurance from all enemies in the area of effect. Generates a field of terror. Okay, so what if we... Yeah. Okay. So the way this seems to work, yeah. Chanters spend most of their time in combat speaking chants. Chants are arranged strings of magical phrases that produce different effects. As one phrase ends, its effects will linger, overlapping with the effects of the next phrase. When the chant reaches the end of the final phrase, it will loop back to the beginning. Careful arrangement of phrases can produce a powerful sequence of powerful effects. Passive effects, that's the one. So, like, this is the chant going on, and then this is the lingering effect, which overlaps with this one's beginning chant, but it ends right around here, so the lingering effect goes on into the third one, which drains the portion of the endurance from the enemies, and then it will continue in that fashion. I can make it pretty much as long as I want, seems like. Yeah. I like that. That's cool. That's a really cool thing. I want to, that's neat. Click on the chant to select it. Phrases clicked on the left panel will be added to the selected chant. If you wish to remove a phrase, click on the phrase in the chant. Well, for now... Oh. I missed a blunting belt, which reduces pierce and slash damage. Another S-stock. And 200 gold.
Keeping an eye out.
Actually, before we do any more looking through here, I really hope there's not like an upper limit to the amount of stuff that we can keep in here. There are pages, but, you know, paranoia. Alright, so let's give this to her, as she is not exactly the most, let's say, fortified of individuals. Put you in there. Yeah, increases slash and piercing damage reduction by 5. Is grand enough to me.
Here we are. To think we are so close. Beneath our very feet lie the endless paths built by Caer Nua, the great Engwithan king. Well, up here this is all Adiran, of course, but should we descend far enough, we will find some real history. To uncover that great king's tomb would be a dream. But it is one of his servants I am after, Gabranos, a powerful mage and a dedicated scholar, a keeper of lore, just as I mean to be. He was in possession of the Tanvi Oratoa, or whatever form of it preceded the one we know. I've seen it in ruins, alongside Gabranos' name, scraps of the same symbols and verses we know in Rauatai. He must have held the words in high regard. Or perhaps he was even the author.
Why does this book matter so much? Rauatai faces troubled times. Once we were a unified people, but that's changing. The Tanvi Oratoa is at the heart of all that. There are those who say that we haven't held to its instruction, that we've allowed ourselves to grow weak and polluted our traditions by welcoming foreigners rather than laying claim to the lands around us. That we must hold those traditions if we are to make up of ourselves a nation to be feared. My brothers would have it so, but we don't need to isolate ourselves to make Rauatai great. I know there's more to the chant. It wasn't created out of sand and water 1,000 years ago, but brought to Rauatai by the Engwithans, by a people that knew the value of alliances and shared their knowledge with us. And with that knowledge, we made Rauatai what it is today. I can find the original. I can prove it. They'll know that the chance is far older than we believed, that the Ingwithins favored peace and the trade of knowledge. If we follow in their footsteps, we can make a kingdom just as grand and lasting as theirs. Averting conflict is a very noble ambition, and a lofty one, I know. I'm glad you feel the same. I feel it's the better course for Raotai. We're a people of many races, and we've always stood together. I feel we are destined for greatness. You sound very impressed by this Gabranos. They say he held power over the elements. I'm more interested in his writings. He was a very prolific author. I haven't been able to translate everything, but I've seen enough to know that he traveled far and wide. If only we could have met him. What wisdom we could share. But we can follow his example and strive to learn from those around us, improve upon it. He does sound impressive. It'll seem arrogant now that I've sung his praises, but reading that text, it felt like I was looking through a mirror, some past version of myself. Ridiculous, ain't it? In any case, I'm no master of the elements. This seems rude to ask, but are you always this excitable? We're on the verge of a great discovery. I wonder at your restraint. Oh. Actually, wait. You haven't actually read his writing? Well, not entirely. How could I? It's a dead language and hardly anyone has translated even a small fraction of it. But what little I can, I have translated, by comparing the symbols in his work to what others have found. I pieced together a phrase from Tanvi Oratoa, clear as day. I even gave it to the keeper to check. She was convinced I'd written it myself. And start looking then.
If my sources are correct, Gabranos will have brought the text with him. It will probably be within a library, or a tomb perhaps. It tends to be one of the two. Let's be off.
More experience. So I take it that, yep, that is going to be the way down. There's like one more room over here. It's probably one of those you can't access it until you do other things. Or I just need to go the correct direction. Shut up. Let's fight whatever's in here and then I'll call it an episode. Or find whatever's in here. Like it to be a giant spider of some sort. Spiders. Yep, spiders. Spider! It's a big one. Well, this might suck. Crucible of the Soul. That's always on. Now, how does this one work? Frightens them for 10 seconds. You know what? Let's start the combat. We'll get that going in a bit. I feel like we gotta take out some of these lesser ones first. Actually, let's move you over here. Crackling some lightning.
Hey there.
And there.
Yes.
Now you got that out of your system. Put this in your system. Woo! Nothing like a goodly placed fireball. Alright. I see 1, 2, 3 dead spiders, so it's on to this guy.
Of course.
Yeah. damn it, here, stop missing. Oh wait, we did it. Yeah. Did it. Survived. Ooh. Oidrecht. Oidrecht? I'm butchering that name. Unique stiletto, one-handed. 10 to 15 pierce damage. 3 damage reduction bypass. 20% damage restored as endurance. And it has damaging 1. Oidrecht once belonged to a prominent military instructor in the capital city of Adir. The instructor was a cipher whose gifts were seldom used by his empire, and he grew frustrated at his superior's inability to see the potential of ciphers to perform key missions that no other force would be capable of. He began making his opinion known, and over time the opinion became more subversive and radical, until at last his unsanctioned activities got him charged with treason. The officer and crew that came to detain him, however, underestimated him as much as the Empire had. With only this blade and the talents of his mind, he slew his would-be captors. He fled the city and embarked on a life as a duelist, obsessed with proving his potential to any who would question him. In the end, his life ended in the manner that the lives of duelists typically do. The potential he often spoke of remained just that. The knife still bears his psychic imprint, and the wielder will often get flashes of the maneuvers the original owner performed in order to deliver the killing blow to his opponent. Some regard this as a curse, but many find value in it and use such experiences to better realize the knife's potential. Were not for evidence of heavy use about the handle and pommel, Oidrecht would seem new, its cutting edge perfectly beveled and honed without a single nick along its length. That's pretty freaking cool. Oh, we're not done here.
Easy now.
Oh. Where'd these go? Just gather your party before venturing forth. Oh man. I think that is the biggest spider we've come across so far. I want to give that to Liliana because damage reduction is neat. Oh, so we have a quick way into there now, and we don't have to necessarily do the thing where we go through the main gate every single time. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, so this does less damage than the sword does. Or does it? Only just. I think we're fine without that little bit of additional damage though. Well, with her getting sneak attacks and whatnot. But I'm going to save. Number 19 and call an episode. When we return, we're going to attempt to go down a little bit of that endless path. Who knows? Maybe it's not as endless as the game seems to refer it to be. A little annoying that these two are like 300 points behind the other party members, but ah well. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this series as much as I'm loving playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.